Hey everybody, waiting for Patty to get on here. Is it going? On here again. Try this. Hey Kim.
I
love our team. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on, everybody.
We're having a little technical difficulty here.
Hi, Diana Brewer from Florida. Diana, you wouldn't miss Sandpoint today. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, it sounds like Patty. Oh, are we sideways? My phone said to flip. What is going on today? There, is that better? Can you guys tell me if we're sideways? We feel like we're sideways now.
Okay, can you hear us?
Can everybody
Hello,
hear
world.
us? This is kind of ridiculous, but you know what? This is what we have to do. Can somebody tell us if we're sideways or upright? That would be great.
Can you tell us if you can hear us?
They can hear us.
Okay.
I think so.
All right.
So, we did not know what duplication was, right?
No.
No clue.
No clue. We kept hearing duplication. For this to work, it is a process of duplication. And yet we didn't know how to duplicate ourselves. We had a ton of committed, talented people on our team, and we kept recreating the wheel over and over and over again. I mean, not the same thing over and over again. It was
everything different all the time.
Let's try
this. Let's try that. Let's train on this.
Yeah. And so most of you know our stories, but just a little synapse here is that we started out 6 years ago, and here we are in this isolated place in North Idaho. And we didn't know anything about network marketing, but we believed in the science of what we were doing. And so what we did was we were mini Dr. McCords. We just conveyed the science over and over and over again. And doing that, we rank advanced to Pro 5 in 1 year. And then we didn't know what to do beyond that because we couldn't duplicate anymore. And one thing I've thought about is that it's a whole different process to be kind of scientific and an expert and to convey people information about the product. That's way different from asking people to be your business partner and asking them to trust you in that way. And that's where we got kind of stuck.
Yes. So, what did we do?
Well, we decided we were, people were confused. People were committed. People loved the products. People loved the community that we've created, but they didn't know what way to turn. And it really diminished our leadership because we were all over the place. So we went to our monthly LVA meeting in Missoula, 4.5 hours from where we live. The leaders went the night before. We sat around a table at the leadership dinner with Sherry Hollenbeck. And you know how amazing Sherry is. She was always just a bundle of energy, and we thought nobody could duplicate what Sherry did. She got us around this dining room table, and she looked in everybody's eyes, and she said, "This is what you do over and over and over again." And she illuminated the building depth principles, which are very similar to our blueprint principles, things we've known, but things we didn't really take to heart as this is a system. So fast forward, within 4 months, we were Pro 6s. Within a year, we rank advanced to Pro 7. And we did it because everybody in our team has a system. They're practicing it. They feel confidence in themselves. And we're all working together like never before. So we're anxious to tell you a little bit of the nuts and bolts about how we're now duplicating.
Yes. So this is called Building Depth Certification. And this is a little system that we've created. And that is what Patty asked us to talk to you guys about today. And we had a problem in getting people launched. So people would be excited, they would disappear, they would stay stagnant. And so now we have created this little system, and it's utilizing the building depth system and getting that ingrained in people right away. So we're going to give you a little explanation of how we do that.
Yeah, I just wanted to interject. You know, when you train somebody in the initial stages, you're never quite sure whether they've really gotten it 100%. And this little system has allowed us to say, okay, you are certified according to the building depth system. And Jennings will tell you more about that, but then they're free. And you know, they have a duplicatable system to pass down.
That's right. And if every single person coming in gets that system, so it's a part of them right away, then they have so much more confidence and they're more willing to go out and actually do something, right? So I'm going to just show you a little bit. I hope you can see this. I'm going to scoot over.
Okay.
This is what we do. And I'm going to draw it out so that you can see. So let's say that there's this person, Susan, that joins. And maybe there's another person, Kim, that joins. And the two of them are brand new, and they're really excited, and they have no idea what they're doing. And so we start them out with their launch activities. So we have actually a little group that we do launch into building depth thing, where you do your why and your story, and you set a goal, and
it's a Facebook group.
Yeah, closed Facebook group. So you could create one of those for your new people to join, and it's not a forever thing. I think that that's one really important thing about this, is it's very small snippets of time. So let's say Susan and Kim join. They're going to do their launch activities with their mentors, but then we're going to say, hey, let's get you building depth certified right away. And what does that mean? It means that these two are going to learn the building depth tear-off sheet presentation, a whiteboard presentation, and a PowerPoint presentation. And they're going to do it, and we're calling them pods. So let's say Susan and Kim become one pod, and they are going to be mentored by 3 upline leaders. And it's important that it's not one person, it's 3 people, because this takes a little bit of energy and it takes some time. And so we want to lean on each other, and we want it to be duplicatable, and we don't want to do anything by ourselves, right? So what do? We set up a call and we say, okay, Susan and Kim, your building depth certification is going to start on Thursday at 2 o'clock. We're going to have a call. We're going to explain it all to you. We're going to give you an outline of the presentation, and we're going to give you a little homework to study. And the homework is just finding one of those brilliant building depth presentations that's on Building Depth 5x5 on YouTube, or Building Depth on Facebook under albums. And we start out with the actual tear-off sheet presentation. And so, like, we've been using Joanne Madison's because it's so quick and clear and very relatable. And so people just memorize that word for word. There's no creativity, no recreating anything. Then we meet up 2 or 3 days later, so we don't give them a lot of time, just a couple days, and we meet up again on Zoom, and we actually have them present on Zoom using the tear-off sheet, and they're using their notes. They can totally cheat, write on it, whatever. They tell their 2-minute story, and then they do the tear-off sheet presentation. We have a criteria sheet that kind of says, okay, facts and figures, bullseye, nailed it, or woo, way off track. And so there are a few different criteria that they need to meet in order to pass that section. And they get critiqued by these 3 upline leaders, and they don't have to be directly upline, they can be crossline too. These can be crossline, but we decide on who is going to help be in these pods. And so
we pick people who have something in common. Say they're both business people, or they're both have a medical background, something that kind of makes them bond together.
Yeah, or maybe these are two guys that could totally relate to each other in the sea of women that we have. And so we put them together, pair them up, even if they're cross-line. And then, so they do their first tear out sheet presentation, and then we don't give them very long, a day or 2 or 3 at the most. And we say, okay, you're going to come back and you're going to present your whiteboard presentation over Zoom. And so maybe they set up their camera to face a piece of paper, or they're writing on a piece of paper and they hold it up. But just like Everett and Sherry Hollenbeck style, just napkin presentation. And we critique that. And then we do it again, and we do the PowerPoint. And when we do the PowerPoint, they are actually sharing their screen. They learn how to download the PowerPoint, how to share the video from their computer. So there are a lot of like technological challenges that we overcome in that section. And by the time they get to the third one, they are like expert, confident presenters, right?
Absolutely. Can you imagine the confidence that, let's say, 2 weeks out, a brand new distributor has in kind of presenting themselves, getting the trust and feeling confident with some mentors, and then these Zoom calls. So we just had one of our Building Depth certified young people, Jonathan Aaron McCormick, darling, you may know him, but he gave the presentation to our Monday night meeting last night, and he killed it. One of the best presentations. We were so proud of him. And he got that from his working with the Building Depth certification. So it's working great.
And it's not all about having a perfect presentation. It's really about having the confidence that you know the company's story, you know the industry a little bit, you're working together with several mentors, you're getting involved with several different groups, and learning together with new people. So we are happy to share in more detail how this works, but think about in your group, in your team, how can you create pockets of small, intimate group and have them going forward quickly, taking action, banding together. And I think, you know, by breaking it down, you're also teaching other people how to lead the next people, which is then duplicatable, because then you're teaching them how to teach, right? And that's really the next step. So all of this is happening in this silly little system that we came up with, but it's really working. People are excited about it. People saw the presentation that our first graduate, Jonathan, did last night, and they were like, oh my gosh, if I can do that, sign me up. Sign me up for that. I want to do that right now. So if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer those sometime. Send us a message or whatever, but I hope you found that helpful. I hope this screen, you know, you never know if this is working or not, but love you guys, and I hope you have a great day.